I have a Java programming tutorial done by Banas. It's 34 minutes long, and it goes over Java basics. I'm going to just do little snippets of his code, and he uses Eclipse to run his code. I'm going to use Notepad++ and then run it in the command prompt. So I've got three windows. First, the Firefox window showing you his YouTube video with his name, and then my Notepad++ files, and then lastly the black background command prompt that's going to show you the output. So first of all, here's the Banas site. Now I'm going to move to my Notepad++, where I have three files: animal.java, cat.java, and dog.java. The animal class is the superclass or the parent class, and the cat and the dog classes are extensions of the animal class. They are the subclasses or children classes. If you click the cat.java file, it says public class cat extends animal. And the same thing with the dog class. Public class dog extends animal. And there's nothing in the curly braces for either of those. So let's go back to the main class, the parent class, animal.java. First we have an example of a single line comment, and then we have an example of a multi-line comment. That really isn't very important. It's just something he started his video off with. Then there's two import statements: import java.util.scanner and import java.util.asterisk. The asterisk basically lets you import all of the Java utilities, whereas the java.util.scanner is only importing the scanner. Now we're going to start the class itself. Public class animal. Public static final double fave number equals 1.6180. This is a public field, and it's actually a constant. 1.6180 is never going to change. When we're dealing with constants, we give them the naming convention of all capital letters. Then we have a whole slew of private fields, and there's only one of them that we actually set to a value. Everything else we just created but didn't set. We have private string name, private int weight, private boolean has owner equals false. That's the one thing that we set. Private byte age, private long unique ID, private char favorite char, private double speed, and private float height. In his video, he goes into really good explanations of what all of those data types means. Next is protected static int number of animals equals 0. After that, we have the line static scanner user input equals new scanner system.in. After that, we have a constructor, public animal, and in the parentheses of public animal, we have number of animals plus plus, which just means that each time the value is going to increment by 1. Then we have the output here. We have int sum of numbers equals 5 plus 1. System.out.println 5 plus 1 equals plus sum of numbers. What that basically means is that the 5 plus 1 expression that's on the right-hand side of the equal sign, the value of that, which is 6, is going to go into a variable sum of numbers. And then the system.out.println is going to be the command that makes the output show up in the command window. And it's going to say 5 plus 1 equals, and the value of sum of numbers, which we established was 6. And we're going to do this 4 more times with 4 different expressions. We have int diff of numbers equals 5 minus 1. And then the next one we have int mult of numbers equals 5 times 1. And the time symbol is an asterisk. Then we have int div of numbers equals 5 divided by 1. And the division symbol is a /. And lastly, we have int mod of numbers equals 5% 3. The percent sign is the modulus symbol. Modulus means that you're dividing two numbers and the remainder is the modulus. For instance, 5 divided by 3. Well, 3 only goes into 5 one time, and then there's 2 left over. So 5 modulus 3 equals 2. Working further down, we have the execution statement that actually runs the program, and that's public static void main string args, and animal, the animal equals new animal. You use the name of the class, you give it an object name, equals new animal means you're going to create a new object of that class. And then that's the end of this program. So next I'm going to open the command prompt. First thing you see is that there's the path. C:\documents and settings \college. College is the username of this screen that I'm on. What I want to do is go into the file where my Java files reside. I have a folder on top of my desktop called Animal Java. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type CD for change directory, and then I'm going to type the word desktop and hit enter. Now I have a new path, documents and settings, college, and desktop. Now I'm going to change the name. Well, first of all, I can show you what all's on my desktop by hitting dir for directory and then hit enter. And you see what all I have on my desktop. I had a lot of stuff on it earlier, but right now all I have is that folder, Animal Java. So then you hit CD again for change directory and type in the name of that directory. Whoops. That's what I get for talking and typing at the same time. So now I have documents and settings, college, desktop, Animal Java as my path. I can hit my dir again and you can see what's inside of that folder. Here I have a couple of HTML web pages. I have animal.class, animal.java, cat.java, dog.java. The only thing that's actually running right now is the animal.java, which when it compiles an animal.class file, so that's why you see that .class. What I want to do is I want to run animal.java first, even though I already have the class file. Wait a minute. Actually, let me delete the animal class file. Animal, del, animal.class. Enter. Okay. Now hit directory, and the animal class is gone. I want to show you how when we run the Java file, it creates that class. So now you see that there's no class file in there. So we're going to type javac animal.java. Hit enter. It's going to think for a little bit. Then the path is going to show up. Now hit Java. Well, actually, before you do that, hit the directory again. And boom, you see animal.class is now in there. Okay? So that's what happens when we run javac and then the name of the file. It creates a class of the same name. So now that we see that the class is there, let's just type Java and then animal with no extension, and you actually see the output. 5 plus 1 equals 6, 5 minus 1 equals 4, 5 times 1 equals 5, 5 divided by 1 is 5, and 5 modulus 3 equals 2. And that's the end.